I love games, and here is one game you can play in Japan. I love this game. I call it, You Are the Store Detective. It is one of my all-time favorites. I often play it on a rainy day or after I am bored with playing other games, like Teach Students to Talk Wrong. Games you can play. Here's what you do. You go into a store, say a Toys R Us. They are everywhere in Japan, or another large store, say a supermarket or a department store. It shouldn't be a store where they know you. You need to not be a regular customer there. And I will go into that in a Hokkaido minute. So go to a store that is far from your home. You want to attract as much attention as possible. I am tall and white, so I attract attention everywhere in Japan. If you're African or of African descent, even better. Store detectives in Japan absolutely love visible minorities, especially large men. We are very popular. It is sad in this day and age, but store detectives in Japan are prejudiced against Japanese customers. Japanese customers have to work very hard indeed to get any attention at all, in fact, from store clerks or store detectives. Sometimes yelling and screaming works, stomping your feet and jumping up and down, or talking to yourself. I do this all the time. I did this at my last job. That was 5 years ago. BTW, if you know of any job openings, let me know. I could use the work. Foreign women, I think, are at a disadvantage here. But if you follow the handy tips below, I think you too can attract your favorite store detective. Indeed, experts at this game have noted that you can get the attention of your favorite store detective by wearing certain kinds of clothing. Tight-fitting clothes with no pockets are not good for attracting him. You must wear loose-fitting clothes with huge pockets. Preferably a very long coat with huge visible pockets on the outside of the coat. I often wear my long Hilfiger coat, which I use for sports. It is huge, and you just know your average to above average store detective is just thinking, wow, that dude could pack away a lot of stuff in those pockets. If you can have things hanging out of it that look like items from the store you are going into, all the better. If it is a Toys R Us, I often have a Thomas the Tank Engine train hanging out of my left pocket. I don't mean just the engine, I mean a whole train. At least 5 cars long, so it hangs down the side of the coat and looks kind of like I opened up a box at the back of the store, put the train together surreptitiously, and hung it in my pocket. This is great. It always gets them going. That's what you want. You want the store detective thinking about you. You want to rattle him and get their attention. You want him to make himself obvious. So you are probably getting the idea now. Your goal is to attract the store detective. It shouldn't be a store clerk. Anyone can.